My sincerest thanks.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Performing of Make Your Selection. It seems to hold a vast amount of power. It seems to hold a vast amount of power. It seems to hold a vast amount. Choose which skill to inherit. It seems to hold a vast amount of power. Do you truly need this? It seems to hold a vast amount of power. May luck be on your side.
See it. Okay.
Can you see that further in? That's the temple.
It's nice knowing there aren't gonna be any bullshit traps or nothing this time. All right, let's get moving. Focus.
You found a treasure chest!
Focus.
Huh? Oh, a treasure. My, this is... Yes!
Ah,
Careful! Enemy incoming! It's pretty dangerous.
Absconding from your cells is forbidden. Return to your prison post-haste. Those who wish to disturb society shall be slain on the very spot they stand.
You're the one who's disturbing it!
Dissenters must be destroyed.
It's useless trying to reason with this guy. Let's beat him and break through here. Witness my resolve! Amazing, Joker!
Let's go!
Beat him up! Persona! This is a part of me! It's a powerful enemy. Finish it quickly with curse attacks!
Ready when you are. There!
2 shadows down! Whoa, that was on the money!
Up to you,
Sure.
man.
On to the next! Ooh, that was cool! They're done for! The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless!
What was that?
The city!
What's going on here?
It seems they finally realized their lives are in danger.
Took them long enough.
I can't believe they didn't notice until the danger was so close to them.
Things are going to get even worse from here on out. The entire city has stopped functioning. At least they can still panic for now.
If people still don't act for themselves after seeing all this, I'm sorry, but they're hopeless.
In any case, let's head to the temple. Look, over there!
It seems guards have appeared.
The people in the city recognized us, so it's only natural we draw the enemy's attention as well.
Well, they can bring it on. I'm starting to get fired up.
Nuclear attacks won't work. Seems weak otherwise.
Persona! Gabriel! You're mine.
Woo, Joker! You're looking cool! A shy shadow. Say something kind to make it feel at ease.
Very well. Very well. I am thou. Thou art I.
So you know that we out there.
You've got a new mask, Joker!
All right. Show me your true form.
Surprise
Let's go.
attack successful! Now just don't lose.
Physical attacks will be nullified.
Persona!
Don't attack recklessly.
No.
Ravage them!
That should have done it! Physical attacks will be nullified. Don't attack recklessly. Someone finish it off!
Persona! Die already! Persona!
Woo, Joker! You're looking cool!
Let's go!
They're done for!
Woodland Persona!
Shadows annihilated! Skull's got this!
All right. It's somewhere.
I handled that easily.
I'll reveal your true form.
Watch out! That one's dangerous! This enemy is beneath us. Doesn't have a weakness, but
It's time.
I think we could make it angry.
Come! Quetzalcoatl! There!
My other self! Luna took out a shadow! Good stuff! Persona! No psychokinesis! Come! Attack with something else! Here!
Persona! Get wrecked!
Gone! Do it again, Skull! This enemy's beneath us. It should be easy if we stay focused. This enemy's beneath us. It should be easy if we stay focused.
Oipless! Ravage them!
With this power. Okay.
We're done here. Let's go, Joker.
Let's go.
They're done for! Luna took out a shadow! Good stuff! I love explosions! You did great, Noir! That one's just weird. I don't know what it's gonna do! Hot forward! My other self! That should have done it! This'll hurt.
Shit.
3 enemies remaining! You can do it! Floor them! Keep it coming, Noir! Persona! Can you go inside yet?
Persona! Gabriel! There!
Sometimes you just want things to flow.
Go ahead.
Next up, get him! You certainly look eager, Skull.
Let her rip!
If I need
Yeah! Nice!
it. Just like I thought.
All right. I have
All right,
something.
we beat him. Let's go, Joker.
Show me your true form.
Surprise attack successful. Now just don't lose. Her skills are ineffective. Stay focused. Ooh, Joker, you're looking cool. They're done for. Late for I'm glad we won. Good work, everyone.
All right.
They didn't stand a chance. Bored now. Go find a strong enemy.
Oh, and any
I'll reveal your true form.
surprise attacks? Guns won't help here. Let's switch our methods. It has no weakness. Our best chance is to make it confused. We should have done it! Persona! Shall we? It's still alive!
Die already! Useless.
War doesn't have much health left! This one! Defense up! The opponent
go.
is going to attack! Recover your health! Everyone, are you okay? Focus on healing up! I won't lose. Thank you so much!
Thanks!
Persona! How's this?
Persona! Not bad.
Ooh, Joker, you're looking cool! All out attack! Hot my persona! I'll finish you! Impressive! Persona! Behold! Someone finish it off!
Persona! Die already!
Persona! There! This'll hurt.
Persona! Ooh, Joker, you're looking cool! Don't mess with us!
Okay. I can feel it.
Show me your true form.
enemies beneath us. It should be easy if we stay focused. Impossible! Persona! I wasn't strong enough.
Persona! Gabriel! There!
An enemy's frozen! Let's shatter it in one strike! Too bad! That was awesome, Mona!
You're done!
Nice! Zelda took one out! Please don't resist! Sure is glum. Hey, please remember, not everyone likes to be cheered up. Your power's incredible, Joker.
Okay.
Announcement!
False rebels! I shall not allow you to continue forth.
Come on, let's beat this one too. More people should notice the Phantom Thieves if we just make ourselves seen. That's exactly what we want! Amazing, Joker! They're done for! Persona! Persona! Here!
Persona! Persona! That's not right.
Opponent is strong. Don't do
Let's go.
anything reckless.
Sandalphon! Ravage them!
Witness my skull! Mercurius! Not bad, Mona. Quivering spear! All out attack! Noir, are you okay? Sorry for the trouble. You back up. Persona! You want to do our thing? Behold!
Persona! Persona!
Persona! Where's help? She needs help! Thank you so much! Woo! Persona!
Persona!
Let's go! You sure showed me!
Time for some pain!
They're done for!
That's all she wrote!
What's going on? Where are the police? Hey, that person, they just disappeared. They turned into some kind of black fog.
Show me your true form.
Treasure Demon and this enemy is beneath us.
Let's go.
It should be easy if we stay focused.
Gabriel! Go down!
Knocked them right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
Do it!
All right, on to the next.
Persona! Just die already!
I'll use my persona. Out of our way! Enemy defeated. Go get him, Queen. Persona. Take this. Impressive.
Persona!
One enemy gone. Do it again, Skull.
Counting on
Not
you.
yet.
Persona!
That pass brought your power even higher.
You're mine.
This enemy is beneath us. It should be easy if we stay focused.
Persona! Dominion! There!
Persona! This enemy is beneath us. It should be easy if we stay focused. Persona! Time to use this. I couldn't finish it. Come forth, my other self! Mercurius! Not bad, Mona. Don't resist. You've got a new mask, Joker.
With this power. Okay. I'll reveal your true form.
I have a bad feeling about that one. Curse skills will work.
Disgraceful.
Persona! Persona! Nara! This isn't it. Persona! Satan! Thursday!
Pretty stuff. It's like fireworks. Ah, so pretty. So much damage.
Okay. I can feel
No
it.
match for me.
Show me your true form.
Ain't that the advantage? It's clearly inferior. Quick attacks. Seems it can still fight. Persona! One enemy on the floor. Persona! Bonafide! Show your might, Mercurius! One enemy on the floor. Bonafide, bonafide! All out attack! Game over.
Okay.
Piece of cake.
Somewhere.
supposed to be free. Find it out in the debris. Now we know that life will take.
It's somewhere.
Show me your true form.
Surprise attack successful. Now just don't lose. Persona!
I'm not a big man.
I'll use my persona!
I'm just as fearless. I'm just as dangerous. I just don't know your face.
Moving to the Panther, ready to engage. First, my persona! Not finish you. Impress.
Let's go.
Gabriel! You're mine. Wicked persona! Just die already!
Go! Power up!
Persona!
Ooh, Joker! You're looking cool! All out attack! Witness my Shadows annihilated! Skull's got this!
Okay.
They were
See it.
too weak to bother with.
Huh? Oh, a treasure...
Can see it.
Show me your true form.
Surprise attack!
Fire's not gonna work.
Persona!
Aggravating for such a weak enemy.
Nora! Ravage them!
Two enemies floored! Not bad, Joker!
Don't use bless attacks. Try something else.
Go!
Not done yet! One enemy gone! Do it again, Skull! Nice job, Mona!
Who's next?
Just like I thought.
Okay. Man, that was easy.
So you know that we out there, fighting life in the making. Can't look back, we are breaking. Can't hold on our life for change. And our voices ring out there. Took the mask off to be free. Fighting out in the debris.
Hold! I bear you no malice, children of man. Return from whence you came. Proceeding further shall only serve to shorten your lives. I advise you not as a guardian, but out of the mercy of my heart.
Mercy? Don't make me laugh. If you had mercy, you'd never be doing this to the world.
Ah, even now thy answer is in weapons drawn. What choice have I in the face of such barbarity? My children's misconduct is mine to absolve and mine to punish.
have something to hit their weakness? Well, guess
You're
not.
mine.
This could be tough. Your skills will be nullified, so be prepared.
Woodman Persona! All set!
Time for my persona!
Thanks!
Bonus down! Oh, not good! Your Chander's on the ground! Are you okay? Now Panther got back up! Start the counterattack!
Panther, I will assist in any revenge you wish to visit upon them. Unworthy of my blade.
Very beautiful!
Satan Taisei!
So, you sure showed me.
Ready when you are. You're
All
go!
right, on to the next. Eat this!
Does anyone know where my friend is? He was right next to me!
No! A person disappeared right in front of my eyes.
Please, save us! Someone! Anyone!
I'm not surprised there are so many powerful enemies here.
Indeed. Though they may not be true servants of God, they do live up to that moniker.
I wonder if the people in the city are okay. I hope so. Given what is happening to this world, nobody can be considered a stranger anymore.
Yeah. That's why we can't lose. There's only one thing we gotta do.
Well said, Lady On. Let's keep going.
I have something.
I'll reveal your true form. Initiative is ours. Let's go. Take this! It's tenacious.
Persona! Prepare yourself! You couldn't finish it!
Persona!
Something else.
Persona! How about this?
This is my other self.
You did it, Fox!
Slice you to pieces.
They're done for! Persona!
Persona. Ravage them.
Don't forget this feeling. Okay, let's move on.
All right, level up. Okay.
That was fast. I'm getting sleepy with nothing to do.
Show me your true form.
Nailed our
Persona!
kick. Beat him up!
It's tenacious.
An enemy's frozen. Let's shatter it in one strike. That's our queen. They're in disarray. Beat him up!
Persona! Let's go. I lend it.
You did it, Fox.
Let us strike.
Beat him up!
Here it comes!
I'll help you finish him off.
Let's go! Now, let's continue! Good work, everyone!
All right.
They were nothing.
There's a treasure chest.
All right.
Oh, this is...
Yes.
O dire revelation. Never did I expect thee to slay all other archangels. Now only I remain.
So that means you're the last one who's gonna get in our way.
Dare thee destroy the very ruler thou wished for? Human arrogance truly knows no bounds.
Not everyone wants that thing ruling over us.
Dost thou long for freedom? Dost thou revel in diversity? Since the dawn of time, man hath failed to quell the strife born of their own liberty. Now they finally seek the guiding yoke of a master's rule. What empty justice seekest thou in defying their wish?
Like granting that wish is justice either. How can you say people are free when they're chained up in prisons in this broken world? If someone has lost their way, it's our job to help them come to their senses.
So, no sacrilege is beneath thee. For thy ideals thou wouldst profane all that is holy. Thou art beyond all salvation.
Let's go. Here.
Persona! How's this?
Let's go. There.
Two enemies floored. Not bad, Joker. Locked and loaded. Out of here. After that, clean and stylish, Mona.
Go.
All right, onto the next setup. Get ready. Go!
Persona!
Nice moves, Fox. Persona! The opponent is strong. Persona!
It's time. Some other
Opponent
way.
is strong. Don't do anything reckless. Persona!
Let's go. Prepare yourself.
Okay.
Prepare!
Useless.
Watch Panther's help! Panther's in bad shape! Watch out! I'll use my persona! Take that!
Persona!
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless. Can you take it from here? Yeah, let's go! Time for my persona! Not bad, Mona. Time for some bloodshed! They're done for!
This is my other self!
In thy name! Prepare!
Persona! Attack now! Let's go.
Lord!
Support's on the way!
Persona! All you wish.
You're mine.
Woo, Joker! You're looking cool!
Do it!
All right,
I've
on
got
to the
it.
next.
Let's go. Die!
Persona! Not finish you!
This is my other self! I lend it!
No! I shall not falter!
It's a powerful enemy. Finish it quickly with curse attacks. No holds barred.
Persona. I said, go down.
Knocked him right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
Persona!
Knocked him right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
Yours
All right,
is mine.
on to the next.
Persona! Take this!
Time for my persona.
This is my other self!
Once! Prepare!
Fox is swaying. No holding back. We can end this quickly. Let's go. Show's over. Splendid. Maybe we overdid it. That was a fancy KO.
Persona! You're mine.
The path to the temple is open.
No more of that Holy Grail shit doing whatever it wants.
Let's go. I'm not sensing any more enemies nearby, Joker. This is probably gonna be our last chance to prep ourselves.
We cannot lose now. Let us ensure we do not have any regrets as we head toward the final battle. Show me your true form!
Surprise attack successful.
Persona!
Don't lose.
Gabriel! There! surprisingly tough.
An enemy's frozen! But shattering won't finish you! Not bad, Mona! Time for some bloodshed! Beat him up! Persona! Feel my rage!
Well, on to the
Good
next
work,
trial.
everyone!
All right.
A stylish... I'm okay! Now then. Okay.
Rebels who choose to deny the prison of regression. Why do you mere humans still dare oppose me?
Stop acting like you're some kind of god! You're just a treasure! Shut up and let us destroy you!
Fools! Do you still not understand? Your actions shall not save a single soul. How do you think it is that I became a god to begin with?
What is that supposed to mean?
The freedom not to choose. The freedom not to think. If every person pushed the burdens of their lives upon others, nobody would have to act for themselves. And who should be there to receive those burdens?
Are you saying that's you?
Precisely. Humanity itself wished for the Holy Grail to be a god that would rule over them. If you continue to reject that order, there will no longer be a place for you in this world.
And?
So you wish to reject me, even if it means foregoing praise from those you want to save.
We don't let what others think hold us down anymore! That's right!
If you are not going to obey, then you shall suffer yet again. I shall bring down the hammer of judgment upon you who dare disrupt my world order. Dare attempt to strike me? I am the one who grants the desires of the masses. I give life to their voices. Cower in fear.
If we don't do something about those blood-pumping supply line things, this'll never end! Our opponent knows that too, though. It'll try and stop us if we go straight for them. We'll need to send someone in to cut the lines. Then, while they're out, everyone else will have to keep attacking to distract the Holy Grail.
I'm gonna give those red things a good slice. I can go whenever. That's right. Let's go.
I'm giving the balance, battle standing on razor's edge now. Walk quick for my life, this over. One strike just a bend, then I'm out of his
Black Frost!
vision. Don't ask why I'm ready, but I'm ready to strike him down now. I'm just when a new starts. There's no time for indecision.
All right.
Fools!
Persona!
A river in a dry land. The love is in
Persona!
a lost head.
Saw that.
That was awesome, Mona!
Persona! Ravage them!
Time like don't! Persona!
The happiness of the populace rests in my regulation. Those who cannot understand must be eliminated.
Looks like you don't know I'm here. I'm gonna keep going. Almost there.
Accept your fate.
That was awesome, Mona!
Persona!
One goes what keeps me going. Take back what I lost to the bosses of freedom.
Nara!
I'm ready, but I'm ready.
Witness my
Take them
resolve!
down now. The time for a new start is constantly drawing nearer. A river in a dry land. The love is in a lost hand.
Get ready! I feel so powerful! Guys, it's no use! We've gotta go cut its supply lines first!
Persona! Sandalphon! You're mine.
Stop, children of man. The masses that praise the Holy Grail are infinite. Their desires and power in turn grant me immortality.
Enough your rambling. All right, time to cut him.
It worked! How's that?
I am no longer receiving the strength of the inmates. You repugnant rebels.
It can't heal itself anymore. This'll be a head-to-head fight from now on. Take it down!
Persona! All set.
Time's my persona! Ah! Persona! Persona! Go!
You shall be condemned.
I'll do something about this! The enemy's charging! It's going to be a big one!
No.
Be pierced by heaven's arrows.
Mona's health is low!
Let's go.
Black
Frost!
All right.
Mona's in trouble! It's hurt bad!
Eat this!
I won't lose.
With this power,
You're a
evolving as a thief.
Hey, we did get him, yeah?
Oracle! Oh. It's silent, but I don't know.
What the F is going on? This looks bad, you guys!
Could it be?
What's going on?
The Holy Grail in its entirety. Is this real?
Guys, pull it together!
Give me a break!
I am the Administrator, born of the collective human unconscious. The God of Control, Yaldabaoth.
This is crazy! It's like a building! It was already huge back when it was the Holy Grail!
The Administrator must guide mankind toward proper development. And now that the foolishness of man has been proven, it is the Administrator's duty to purge them.
You kidding? This is just some kind of rigged game you started!
The foolish masters merely spread indolent thoughts and force the progress of society backward. If left to humanity, the world would slowly meet its demise. Rehabilitation is impossible now.
That doesn't mean humans are evil, though.
Indeed, there are many upstanding citizens. However, they merely take the soul path before them. The act of making decisions is accompanied by nothing but pain. Even if a cliff of ruin lay ahead, these lemmings would march onward without a second thought.
Bullshit! You're just forcing your selfish ideas on people!
For a god, you're pretty damn prejudiced. If this is all for the sake of humanity, wouldn't being beaten by humans satisfy you?
I am the entity which governs this world. Its future depends wholly on my leadership. Those who dare defy this natural order shall be met with punishment raining down from the heavens.
That thing's on a totally different level.
Can we defeat something like him?
This is the best possible outcome. We're fighting against a god who's not holding anything back, right? What bigger target could there be for the Phantom Thieves to tackle?
Although, it's still way too big for my liking.
All right, I'll give the navigation everything I've got. We can do this if we all work together. Let's take him down!
Crowning our glory by defeating a god. Now that is true art.
We basically just gotta beat that thing, right?
Man, you guys are the best, stupidest group I could ask for. I'm so glad I was able to be a part of your team. We'll take it all back. Our future, and this world.
No tolerance, no mercy. Rebels who dare defy my rule, you shall perish.
guys behind everything. But we're all together. We can win!
All right.
Mona's in trouble! He's hurt bad!
All set.
Time for my persona! Ah!
Woo!
Persona! Nara! There.
Bow down.
Persona! Eat this!
Come forward! My other self! Ha! Persona! Go!
I release upon you the deadly sin of lust. You have no means of escape, humans. The insanity of mankind shall bring forth the demise.
It grew an arm? And it has a gun?
This is your punishment.
Mona's health is low!
Never mind. Gabriel! All right.
Good thinking. Thank you.
Thanks!
It's a surge of lust. Her fantasies are blocking everything out. Oh no! The lust effect might keep you from moving.
Get ready!
I feel so powerful.
I release upon you the deadly sin of vanity. You have no means of escape, humans. The fraudulence of mankind shall bring forth ruin. Death shall grasp you.
Come! Sandoval! This. Persona! Calm down. Maybe not. Persona! Nara! Sandoval! There! Persona! Bam!
That's a big help. Take this!
This is your punishment.
Mona's health is low! This one! Defense up!
Persona! Ravage them!
Mona's in trouble! He's hurt bad!
Now that's power!
Ready to go! Let's show them what's what! Ready anytime! Did Mona just reveal his feelings about her? This one! Sorry!
Sorry!
I release upon you the deadly sin of gluttony. You have no means of escape, humans. The selfishness of mankind shall bring forth ruin.
A sword this time! Getting hit by that would be dangerous for sure.
I condemn you.
Another one? It looks like this is how his main body attacks. He may keep switching up his moves. Let's be careful.
A surge of gluttony. Persona summoning might take more effort.
Persona! Black Frost! Go down!
It's strong and guns won't help. Be careful.
Get wrecked! No good.
Gluttony, watch out when you use your personas. All right. Persona. Huh.
I condemn
It's time. Whoop 'em, Persona! Ha!
Witness my resolve. Take this. Get ready. Let's heat things up.
Here it comes. I condemn
Joker got knocked down.
I condemn
What?
Okay,
Persona.
time for a comeback.
All right. All set.
Thank you.
Woo!
Persona. Ha!
I release release upon you the deadly sin of wrath. You have no means of escape, humans. The passion of mankind shall bring forth ruin.
This one has a book! Don't let your guard down!
I sent it to you.
Brad? No! You gotta listen to me!
Ravage them!
Weapon persona! Get
I release upon you the deadly sin of greed. You have no means of escape, humans. The fixation of mankind shall bring forth ruin. This is your punishment.
Persona! Gabriel! You're mine.
Panther's starving! She can't use her full strength!
Eat this!
Witness my soul! Me, yeah! Thanks!
Thanks!
I release upon you the deadly sin of envy. You have no means of escape, humans. The resentment of mankind shall bring forth ruin. Death shall grasp you.
It's time. Go down!
You're filled with envy? Hey, don't go against each other! I'll heal you! Oh, that's a big help! Persona! Me, yeah! It's a surge of envy! It's trying to make you fight each other!
Persona! Black Frost! Ravage them! Persona!
Witness my skull! Ha! Persona! Eat this!
I release upon you the I sent it to you.
If you attack now, you'll be countered. Be careful! I told you not to attack!
Weapon persona!
Me, yeah!
Sorry!
I feel so powerful.
Here it comes.
Leave all the support stuff to me.
Let's go.
Nara! You're mine.
Persona! Now that's power!
Witness my resolve! Ha! Let's do this! Take this!
The abyss of the unconscious yearns for ultimate ruin. You have no means of escape, humans. Punishment shall strike you all as you pass through the gates of destruction.
What's this spike in energy? Some kind of insane attack's coming. Watch out! The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
Not yet.
The enemy's charging. It's going to be a big one.
Return to dust.
You're vulnerable! Quick, use your special attack!
Go down!
Everyone's health is really low! Can someone heal? Skull's in trouble! I won't lose. Ah! Okay. Woo! Persona! Go!
Stop your fools. Perish. I condemn you. This is your punishment. Death shall blast you.
Gluttony! Watch out when you use your personas!
Let's go.
Gabriel! You're mine.
Woodland Persona!
Skull's in trouble! A surge of gluttony? Persona summoning might take more effort. Take this!
Stop your fools.
Skull, are you okay? Keep an eye on your health. What's the plan? For times like this, good thinking.
Thanks!
Perish. I condemn you.
Here come the bucks!
them! Stop, you fools! Fools opposing a god! So, this is the power that resists ruin.
Did we do it? No, not yet!
My control shall not bow down to ruin. My control is the ultimate truth of this world.
He's strong.
If you're really a god, you should be guiding humans to your ideals. You're destroying them because you can't do that, aren't you? So that you can flaunt your own existence. That's why you were observing us. You had to because the reaction of the masses worried you.
That sounds about right. I don't know how long you lived, but you're the perfect example of a pain-in-the-ass old man.
You find people like that everywhere.
What drivel?
What is this?
Damn it! I can't see anything!
Do you want to erase us from this world that much? Guys!
Since you've been forsaken by the world, there is nowhere that you can belong.
We can't lose like this!
If we lose, the world is... I need to get back up.
My strength.
I can't go on. Is this it?
Not even one sliver of unpredictability can be permitted under my control.
I guess it was impossible in the end. It was fun while it lasted, though. It's humans against a god, after all.
Do you hear the voices of the masses? They mock you for revolting against a god. Humans are naught but clumps of desire. Logic dictates that a world filled with them will decline. The sin of rebelling against a god is severe. As punishment, you shall taste pain everlasting.
Not letting that happen!
The intent, created from the dregs of human hope. It is impossible for a petty existence like you to overrule my precedent.
Human hope is a desire too. You better not underestimate it. The Phantom Thieves will yield to no one, no matter who they are. Even if only one of us remains, we'll get back up and fight to the very end. And we'll definitely take the world!
Ah!
Someone just disappeared.
What the hell? What's going on?
Do something, damn it! Aren't you the police? Please, you have to calm down. Sir, what's going on here?
The number you are trying to call is not reachable.
It's no use. Huh?
Take the world!
What was this again?
The Phantom Thieves?
Weren't the Phantom Thieves those...
They haven't given up yet.
Can they even do anything about a situation like this?
No, it's impossible. There's no way. Take it down, Phantom Thieves! Come on! Why do you think they risked their lives all this time? Damn it, you guys! Snap out of it! When will you stop running from the truth?
Phantom thieves.
Yes, the Phantom Thieves!
Thieves!
Phantom Thieves! Go, Phantom Thieves! Phantom Thieves! Phantom Thieves! Can you hear us?
Are you someone who's been charmed by the Phantom Thieves, too?
I sure am. Is the same true for you too?
Pretty much. Looks like it's not just us, though.
I'm not letting you lose after getting this far. You better finish what you've started!
It may not look like it, but I've got high hopes for you guys. You better win this.
They'll win if I cheer them on? Then I'll cheer them on as much as they need.
You've stolen the hearts of this many people. I won't let you lose.
I can tell that you are all capable of standing up against any kind of fate.
You all are truly causing a revolution right now! Go!
Look forward and keep fighting! You taught me that after all!
I've cheered you guys on all this time, and I'm gonna keep at it!
You are our last hope. I beg you, finish this.
That's you guys' fault. I don't know when to quit either. Get back up! Don't lose to that thing!
No matter what anyone says, I believe in you guys! Go for it, Phantom Thieves!
I'm counting on you, everyone. I will believe in you to the very end.
You hear that? Those are the voices of the humans you made fun of! No one wants you to rule over them! Isn't that right?
Why do they gotta word it like they're looking down on us?
But... they're cheering for us! Doesn't feel bad.
You're not done changing the world!
You don't have to tell us twice.
We won't let ourselves be erased! We're going all out, damn it!
God is the one who creates the world!
I've made up my mind. I will see my justice through for the sake of protecting what I care about.
Morgana!
The same goes for you guys, too. If you've decided to take the world from him, don't compromise your ideals to the very end.
Let's defeat him together!
Hey, God! Foolish humans are praying down there! They're praying there's no place for someone like you in this world!
Give that evil god his final warning!
So you have failed to harness the power. No matter how many prayers of those foolish masses come together.
What the?
That's... Man, it's huge!
What an immense power! No way. Is it a persona?
I don't believe what I'm seeing! What is that? Is that what Phantom Thieves doing too? That's totally amazing! Keep it up, Phantom Thieves!
Fools! This is what mad do. Impossible!
They're insanely strong! They're not just Phantom Thieves anymore! That's like some super demon lord! So awesome!
I see. If a god plays naughty, then it's a demon lord's duty to punish him. What better way is there for a finale as a trickster? Joker, we're entrusting our strength and the people's hopes to you. Put an end to this!
Pillage him! Satanael! Be gone.
Preposterous! You dare wrong the people's wishes! What power! It surpasses mine own. A god born from the wish of the masses. So this is the true trickster. Damn that Igor. It seems he wasn't spouting nonsense.
Look!
Ain't that a treasure? Right, Mona?
Thanks for everything, gang. Mona-chan? Mona? Humans have the power to change the world. They just forgot about that a bit.
Hey.
Thanks to you guys, I was able to complete my duty.
Everything was thanks to you. Wasn't it, Morgana?
I got to be useful for humans that I admired so much. Nothing could make me happier. This place will soon disappear, too. Time to go home.
The hell?
What is this?
Looks like the rain stopped.
Hey guys!
What?
My word.
Why is everything... The whole world is a product of cognition. Not just the metaverse. It can be freely remade. The same goes for you and everyone else.
Dude, Mona!
Mona-chan! This can't be happening! Soon a new world will come. One where mankind isn't held captive. The world will shine brightly as long as you hold hope in your hearts.
What's going to happen to you?
Remember, there's no such thing as the real world. What each person sees and feels, those are what shape reality. This is what gives the world infinite potential. Even if you feel that only darkness lies ahead, as long as you hold hands together, see it through as one, the world will never end. The world exists within all of you.
Morgana.
Huh. Mona.
The Metanav. It's gone. The Mementos must have disappeared too.
We can't see Mona anymore, can we? It's fine. I already know.
What are y'all so gloomy for? Mona would laugh at us for it.
That reminds me. What about the public? Were we able to change their hearts?
I'm gonna be late for my date!
All alone on Christmas, huh?
It's kinda hard to tell.
Aren't we going into the new year without a prime minister? Will this country be all right?
But there's no way we're getting Shido. There are tons of shady rumors about him, you know?
I wonder how things will go. I hope they go well.
Let's believe in the adults. Sis promised us, after all.
From here on out, it's the prosecutor's job, huh?
If we can't enter the metaverse, that means we've been relieved of being phantom thieves.
It feels a bit sad.
What did I just say? We gotta stop being so gloomy. Think about that insane ass we just kicked.
You were right. We should be celebrating with a victory toast.
Well, we're still high schoolers, so we can't really drink a real toast.
Oh, what if we tried something else? Like, what do athletes do after a win?
You mean a huddle? We could all circle up and give a victory shout together.
Sounds good. Except for the part where we're in the dead center of Shibuya, surrounded by tons of people.
What? You want to do it here and now?
Come on, Ryuji, get with the program.
I too am disappointed. After all we've been through together, you've nothing left to lose with this.
Hey, speak for yourself. I got tons of shit I could lose. Fine, let's get this over with. Everyone, put your hands in.
Don't you think this is a little too overt? Yeah, can we hurry this up? I don't mind yelling, so long as we make it quick.
Well, this celebration is going great. Whatever. Joker, you lead off with this.
Yep, time for leader duties.
When he gives our victory cry, we all follow with a super loud, yeah! Got it? All right, 1, 2... Yeah!
That actually made me feel a bit better. It's like everything's finally over.
You may be right there. The more I think about it, the more pressure I realize we were really under. I hope we can relax at least a little now.
It's chilly. It's snowing.
No wonder it's cold.
Is this what they call a white Christmas?
It's still Christmas Eve. Christmas. I completely forgot about it. Anyhow, we'll have to see what happens for now. We should probably break for today. Let's meet at LeBlanc tomorrow and have a final meeting on the situation.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hey! It'll be Christmas, so why don't we do a last celebration party?
I like the sound of that. There better not be anyone that's got plans already.
It's settled then.
Make sure you persuade Boss to let us reserve the store for the party. We will be counting on you. Well then, see you all again tomorrow.
I'm worried about Sojiro, so I'm gonna head home. We should go home too.
I didn't expect to find the world's savior alone on Christmas Eve. Can I talk to you for a minute? First off, thank you for taking my request. With your actions, I can only hope that public opinion changes. It will change, won't it? True. It was social reform on a scale no one has ever accomplished before. But I believe that it will. Shido confessed to a variety of crimes. We can arrest him on those charges. The problem lies in proving him guilty. It'd be difficult unless the correlation between the metaverse and the mental shutdowns is made. I'll be blunt. I want you to turn yourself in to the police. Your testimony will be necessary in order to prove Shido guilty. However, that will mean placing you on center stage. You'll be treated as a hero who saved this country, but there's no way that the police or the public prosecutors will let that slide. If you turn yourself into the police, you'll definitely be arrested. I'll close all the cases surrounding Shido. I intend to expose them all. It's to prevent society from becoming distorted again. That's what you want too, isn't it? I'll ask you once more. I'd like for you to turn yourself into the police, of your own accord.
There's no need for that.
You...
If they get their hands on the perpetrator, there'll be no need for him to turn himself in, no? That appears to be the case.
You said there's no need. Just what do you mean by that?
Exactly as it sounds. I'll agree to testify against Shido and his crimes. I assume that works for you? That's right. I have no hidden agenda at this point. If I had to explain myself, I'd say it's simply personal principle that I repay my debts.
For the time being, at least, I'll take your word that you'll cooperate with the investigation.
That would save a lot of time.
I'm sorry. You can forget everything I just told you. I'll take him in myself. I won't try to claim that everything will turn out perfectly for you, but I would bet this case will reach its natural conclusion. No, in fact, I swear that this will be properly settled.
Apologies for the imposition, but I really wanted some time with you. Really? Then I'll be sure to call you much sooner next year. Well then, would you like to get dinner with me somewhere? Shall we? What's wrong? Of course. We are a couple, and this is Christmas Eve. Holding hands would be normal, even expected, right? If you would. I'm getting butterflies. Shall we head over? I never imagined every restaurant would be so full. I suppose it makes sense. Typically, one makes reservations for special occasions like today. I'm sorry it turned out like this. That's true. Let's find a cake to take home, shall we? Let's go look. This could be a long shot. Excuse me, but would you happen to have any Christmas cakes left?
Actually, we do!
Yes, I expected us.
Wait, what? One of our orders was canceled last minute. This is the only cake we have.
Really? Well then. Could we purchase it?
Of course! Just wait one moment while I go prepare your order.
Unbelievable. What a stroke of luck. Is that really what it was? Well, actually, perhaps you're right. I can't wait to share it with you. Oh, it's exquisite. Oh, yes. I have a surprise for you. It's your Christmas present. I hope you like it. A fetching hat. I thought it might keep you warm through winter. I'm so glad you like it. Oh. Look, you had some cream on your nose. Merry Christmas indeed. You've made this more fun than any I've known before. Thank you for being with me. Good. Oh, look! It's snowing so much harder now. How beautiful. Most of my memories of Christmas are quite solitary. That or being forced to attend some stuffy gala. This has been rather illuminating. I never imagined the holidays could feel this wonderful. I'm so happy. It's like something out of a dream. Yes, you're right. It's just nice that everything's finally stable. You know, I've already sent word that I'll be home quite late tonight. So...
Akechi did what?
He turned himself into the police. Sis told me yesterday. He's admitted to being the perpetrator behind the recent cases.
So he's alive.
Akechi-kun survived and owned up to what he did.
Well, I feel it's for the best. If Akechi-kun is alive and he can atone for his crimes,
that's not a bad turn of events.
Right. Ain't that all stuff to be happy about?
Mm-hmm. It's Christmas. We should enjoy the day to our heart's content.
I approve. Let everyone be merry to the max.
I'm the one who should be giving permission, you know. Well, as long as you don't go overboard, I guess you can go ahead and cut loose today.
Hell yeah! Merry Christmas!
He didn't hear a word of that. Fine.
Oh my, this is quite a sight. I'm going to be entirely honest. I wasn't able to bring a dish. Instead, leave the dishwashing duties to me. I'll make sure they turn out beautifully immaculate.
Why don't we all just clean up together?
So, who brought what?
I brought that marinated seafood.
That's super good!
It may not be to everyone's tastes, but I brought that cheese plate.
Whoa! That smells like dirty socks. Oh. Oh, but it tastes great.
Thank goodness. Oh, is this a croquembouche? It's so cute.
I made that all by myself. All I did was buy some cream puffs and stack them up, though.
It's been arranged so artistically that I hesitate to sample it. When it comes to sweets, Ann truly has us beat.
But then, who brought this box over here?
Ooh, this looks like more sweets. Not mine, by the way.
Me? Kinda?
Ryuji brought sweets?
Ryuji and sweets?
Sweets.
Hey, what are you guys getting at?
It was just a bit unexpected is all. I had expected something along the lines of meat. For some reason, chicken comes to mind when I think of you.
Ryuji, chicken.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that in any sort of comparative way.
Please don't keep going. It just hurts even more. Did you hear what I just said?
Come on, don't get all depressed. Everyone's here to party.
Everyone. Oh. Mona-chan.
I was trying my best not to mention it, but it's hard to avoid.
If only Mona could be here with us.
Someone call for me?
Yeah, we were just talking about... Huh?
Wait, what? No way! I thought you disappeared!
Looks like the only me that disappeared was the one in the metaverse.
So, you stayed in reality as a cat?
When I woke up, I was out in Shibuya looking like this. I headed back here right away, but it took a surprising amount of time.
If you were coming back here, you should have told us, moron!
We were so worried.
Sheesh. Well, I brought my own surprise back, too. I brought some fried chicken. This doesn't have anything to do with your conversation earlier, though. Any room left on the table?
Oh, now there's our chief for ya.
Talk about everything falling into place.
Come on, let's get started. We're gonna party to celebrate our hard work and my grand return. Don't push your luck. Party after this.
Things are finally back to normal.
Oh, here, try these sweets. The ones I brought.
Hey!
party, huh? I'm already excited. Oh, let's invite Yoshizawa right away.
Thank you for inviting me. Although, I admit I feel a bit like I'm intruding.
There's no need for modesty. After all we've been through, there are no strangers here.
Yeah, you really helped him out too.
In that case, I'll accept your offer.
Yo, I really can't stop staring at that thing you're wearing.
So it's caught your eye as well. It happened to catch mine while I was strolling through the city. I bought it for myself as a reward for the end of the year. What do you think about the scarf? Thank you. Your compliment is music to my ears.
I don't think anyone other than you could pull it off, Kitagawa-senpai.
This fashion chat is fine and all, but if you don't dig into that soba soon, it's gonna get soggy on you.
Ah, yes. My apologies. Thank you for the food.
It's chow time.
So good.
Sakura-san, you made these noodles yourself, right? They're amazing! You could open a soba restaurant.
Oh, thanks. I made a little too much, so if anyone wants a refill.
Seconds, please.
How fast do you eat? You eat a lot more than I'd assumed you do, Yoshizawa-san.
I don't know if that fully explains what's happening here.
Senpai, don't kid them so much. My appetite's totally normal.
Breaking news on our top story. After nearly 2 weeks of silence, the prosecutor's office is planning to move forward with the biggest case of the year. They have announced that they will move forward in the charging of Representative Shido for his confessed crimes.
It's finally happening.
I was planning on telling all of you about this a little later. This case is all thanks to a certain man's testimony. But I can at least share this one piece of good news with you.
And that would be?
The woman involved in his false charge case has finally come forward and provided her testimony. I can't say for certain yet, but his criminal record may very well be overturned.
For real?
That's wonderful! Congratulations, Senpai!
Of course, this is highly confidential. Got it?
What great news! Looks like we really will be having a happy new year.
This is incredible! It's an actual real-life good ending!
And after that, the 2-hour New Year's special of Tokyo Vice. A thrilling tale, jam-packed with some of the network's most famous faces. I'll never give up!
I've been seeing this guy on TV all the time lately.
Oh yeah, he's a model turned actor. With a figure like that, I can see how he's gotten so popular.
So he's popular, eh? If I were more like that human, maybe Lady Ann would...
The year is winding down to its final moments. Let's take a look at how people are spending it all across the country.
Now that I'm thinking about it, a hell of a lot sure did happen this year.
Right? It's like, how many years of our lives did we actually live through this year?
I doubt we'll experience anything even similar to it for quite some time.
Well, this is just from my point of view, but I really hope that's the case.
And I guess starting next year, we'll just be good boys and girls at school.
If that's the case, then I assume you'll be able to handle your summer break homework on your own, right?
Please don't go there, Senpai.
I don't think I see that happening.
Okay, that's a
Fine,
bit.
fine. I can't do it alone. I mean, what do I even do as an honor student?
So much has happened over the past 12 months, but in the end, we got to spend it together like this. I want to believe that this was a great year for us.
Yeah, I don't have any proof, but I feel like next year's gonna be even better for us.
I feel the exact same way. How strange.
Well, that's only natural, considering how pleased we are with our end-of-year celebration.
Young people have been gathering in Shibuya all day for the big countdown at midnight, and this crowd is...
I really don't want to get going, but it seems like it's time.
See you next year, right?
Next year? Sojiro! Osechi time! Get those New Year's dishes ready! Chop chop! And don't forget the black beans!
Yeah, I hear you. If I start prepping the beans now, they'll be ready by the morning. Don't worry about the food. You just go have a good night's sleep.
Hey, don't tell this to the others, okay? But even after I disappeared, I was still vaguely conscious. And being separated from all of you was really scary. I thought, if it's even a little bit possible, I wanted to come home to you guys. That's why I'm so glad I was able to come back here. Yeah, thanks. Well, it's pretty late. Let's get to sleep. I know I've said this before, but I hope we keep sticking together like this.
Class will be dismissed momentarily.
Class will be dismissed momentarily.
Get awesome results at track meets alongside everyone else on the team, and eventually I'd get a hold of some scholarships for college to make things easier for my mom.
If that never happened, I would have gotten to enjoy my time in high school with Shiho.
My sister's been supporting the family. It's unrealistic to demand any more of her. I'm helping Okumura Foods grow, with my father watching over me.
Good morning.
happy. I'm counting on you.
Sorry to make work your first activity in the new year. Oh, that reminds me. Happy New Year. And I hope you'll continue getting along with Futaba and myself.
We're especially grateful you're open today. You know how everything on TV for New Year's is the same old, same old.
Say, boss, don't you have any plans for this morning?
I could cook some up, so long as you serve yourself everything and pay your bill on the way out.
Ah, right. Can't exactly make plans when you've already got customers.
How about you, young man? Are you going to the shrine for the new year?
That's a wise choice.
Happy New Year. That's what you say today, right? Nice meeting you too. Wait, what are you talking about? Are you still half asleep or something?
What bam!
Oh, looking sharp.
Oh, you look absolutely lovely, Futaba-chan.
I picked it out with my mom. Sorry, I don't want to be late to the shrine. More showing off comes later. Well, time to make like a tree.
The year's first shrine visit, eh? What do you think we should do?
Well, perhaps we don't need to go this year. We don't have any more wishes that need granting.
What's up? Did you have plans for today or something? Oh, come on, you should have just said as much then. I'll be fine here, so off you go. Have fun. Oh, but it's pretty cold out there, so don't forget to dress warm so you don't catch a bug.
Senpai!
Do I look weird? Sorry for the short notice. I couldn't send you a New Year's card, so here we are. Well, shall we? I wonder why. There aren't many people here at all. It's really unexpected. I'd almost prefer the usual crowd.
Man, the end of the year was just a few hours ago.
Believe it or don't, only 364 days until the next one. That is true, but...
I know I'm gonna use the wrong year for a while.
Well, I have an idea. New Year's party tonight to help switch gears? Huh? Didn't expect you two here.
How many coincidences can there be in one day? And a good morn unto you all. I haven't seen you in absolute ages.
We were hanging out just yesterday.
Oh, I guess we all had plans to drop by here first thing today, huh?
That would explain what led us to the shrine, but to this spot at the exact same time? Talk about incredible happenstance.
Indeed, but due to this fortuitous turn of fate, I am able to witness this mesmerizing sight. Truly the embodiment of Japanese beauty.
What are you doing, Kitagawa-senpai?
Just ignore him. It's like a fit he gets into sometimes.
So, what do you want to do after this? If we've got the time for it, why don't we grab something to eat together?
I'm sorry, I'll be heading out with my family once we're finished here.
I have somewhere to be as well.
Me too. I'll be dining with my father somewhere.
I'm gonna hit up some New Year's sales with my mom.
Well, looks like you're all busy. And maybe I should hit up the track team and see what they're up to.
Ooh, I'll get in touch with Shiho and find out if she has any plans yet. Well, I guess we'll all just go do our own thing then.
See you later.
Looks like it's just us now. Oh, I was wondering earlier, what did you wish for at the shrine, Senpai? You're starting the new year with quite the passionate wish, Senpai. Me? Well... Oh, I'm sorry. It's from my dad. He's telling me that some relatives have come over to the house, so I have to go home and spend some time with them. He decided to come all the way out to the station to get me. My family's kind of serious about their get-togethers. I'm really sorry. I was the one who invited you here and everything. At least allow me to accompany you to the station. Dad!
You should hold on to your sleeve. That is your dress kimono, after all. Now, who do we have here? I believe this is our first time meeting.
This is my senpai. The one I told you about before. My senpai who's done so much for me.
Oh, so you're her senpai. My daughter talks about you all the time.
Dad! Not all the time!
Is that not so? I was told you picked these out for me too. I know it's pretty late for it, but thank you all the same.
Dad wears them all the time, even at work.
I'm quite the fan of them. Well, shall we get going?
What?
Something wrong?
No, nothing. Well then, senpai, please excuse us.
Who am I? Hey, you've been acting kinda weird since yesterday. What's going on?
Are you two still sleeping? Your lunch is gonna pull a vanishing act if you don't come down soon.
Ooh, Oh, you can go on ahead. I'll be down in a sec.
These beans are the best!
They're all perfectly shaped and so shiny. Looks like your recipes have reached housewife level quality. You trying to get hitched sometime soon?
Thanks, but no. Hey, come join us.
Try the sweet black beans. They'll change your life.
Good morning. Oh, is this your first gag of the new year?
Drunk on the spirit of the new year already, huh?
I'll warn you not to try any pranks with Wakaba. It'll only blow up in your face. She'll tease you forever until she finally bores herself.
You know me too well.
Wakaba, your work and your kid were so fulfilling for you. Why'd you have to die so suddenly?
What's up? Not feeling so good?
He's been like this since yesterday.
Morning, Mona.
Morning. Do you think there's enough Osechi for me to join you? Was that a question? Of course I'm me. Seriously, are you alright?
Okay, that's enough joking around for now. Go ahead and grab a seat. I bet you're just hungry.
Thank you for the food. I can't remember the last time I actually got to relax and enjoy myself on a New Year's like this.
I'm stuffed too. If only I had something to cap off this meal. Like a cup of coffee?
Boy, that was a subtle request.
Oh, does anybody want dessert with their coffee? I'll go pick it up. My treat. You want a Mont Blanc, right, Mom?
Oh, how kind. Thank you.
All right, I shall return.
Be careful.
What's the matter?
Sorry, we haven't opened for the day yet.
My apologies. I merely wish to speak with him for a moment.
Why don't you go and get some fresh air with him? I'll stand guard over your dessert for you.
You say that now, but when he gets back and his dessert's gone, I'm pretty sure he'll suspect it was an inside job.
I can definitely see that happening with Mona on guard duty.
Hey, come on, guys.
Sorry.
I guess I'll start the coffee.
You know, don't you? We have to discuss this. That's right. Just like you seem to be. Come on. Well then, let's try to sort through this situation. That seems as good a place to begin as any. At the end of last year, I turned myself into the police as the perpetrator of the serial psychotic breakdown incidents. Your memory of this is still intact, correct? Ah, yes. So, my final enemy is a puppet version of myself. We have greater concerns right now. In fact, I'm a bit offended you think so little of me that you expected me to be dead. Perhaps the most confusing part of my story comes post-detainment. Obviously, I was thoroughly interrogated about my involvement in Shido's case, but for some reason, after questioning, I was suddenly released. No explanation whatsoever. I agree. No matter how one attempts to rationalize it, my release is extremely unusual. More than that, it should be impossible for them to release a confessing suspect after only a brief interrogation. But what's even more unbelievable to me is... That's right. Wakaba Ishiki. I can't believe she's been brought back to life. For the time being, you seem to be the only one who's still in their right frame of mind. I should get to the point. Let's make a deal. What say we join forces on this? I want to investigate what exactly is happening here. I'm fairly certain you wish to find out the same thing, no? For the time being, you and I share the same goal. To solve this problem, don't you agree that it'd be safer for us to partner up? Have you made up your mind? Allow me to remind you that we are equals in this endeavor, understand? Anyway, let's get to the matter at hand. First, I need information. Can you tell me what happened after parting ways with me in Shido's palace? I see. Though some abnormalities appeared immediately, the most glaring ones arrived after the New Year. And all of the Phantom Thieves, with you as the sole exception, are living in this altered reality without even realizing it. Go ahead.
Senpai, it's Yoshizawa. I'm in Odaiba right now, and, I don't really understand what I'm seeing, but I'm just going to describe it to you. It's that building. It's really faint, but I can see that palace thing that Morgana-senpai mentioned a while ago. Senpai, I know this is sudden, but could you come to Odaiba right away? I understand. I'll see you soon.
That was Yoshizawa-san's voice, wasn't it? I believe I heard her say the word palace. Despite not being in the metaverse. You're planning to meet up with Yoshizawa-san, right? I'll join you. We're all but guaranteed to find a clue there. Now that we've made ourselves a new deal, you wouldn't turn me down, would you?
Senpai! And... Akechi-san?
We just happened to be together when he got your call. First a dead woman returns, and now a palace appears. How intriguing.
Akechi-san, you know about palaces?
Would it help you grasp the situation if I told you that I have the same powers he has?
Really? Does that mean you're also...
Allow me to stop you there. I'm not a part of the Phantom Thieves. However, since you've already grasped the concept, it's clear to me that you're a fellow Persona user.
Yes, I can use a persona as well. I'm not a part of the Phantom Thieves either, though. I just so happened to slip into this palace with him and Morgana-senpai a while ago. But what could be the meaning behind its appearance here? I just happened to be passing by on my way home when I came across it.
Since nobody else is making a scene about it, I assume others aren't able to see it. Or they see it, but it doesn't evoke any real reaction in them.
Yes, that's exactly it. I asked some people in the area, and none of them seemed to care at all about its appearance.
Rather than simply hypothesize out here, we may be better off taking immediate action.
You mean, we should go into the palace?
Not only has a palace manifested in reality, but this is the only one visible to us. I realize I have no proof, but it's highly likely that this is related to our current incomprehensible situation. Wouldn't it be more efficient to just go inside and see what we can learn? That is, if we have the means to do so. Oh, It's... I thought it was gone for good, but it looks like we've regained access to the nav.
I have it as well.
Is there a search history?
Search history. How do I check? Ah, there's one search in the log, but...
Ugh. The name portion of the entry has been censored somehow. Could this be the doing of the palace's ruler?
Does that mean we can't enter the palace?
Well, we do have the search history, so it should be possible to infiltrate it anyway.
If you're going in, would you be willing to bring me with you? I can't put my finger on it, but something's been bothering me about this place ever since we first entered it. I promise I won't slow you down.
What's your call?
That settles it.
All right. Let's do it.
Now that I'm getting a second look here, I've noticed just how mysterious this place is. What could this building even be?
It depends on what the palace's ruler thinks of the place. We'll likely find that out if we keep pushing forward.
Is that so? By the way,
What's the matter?
well, I'm not sure how to put it. That one?
Oh, you mean this old thing? Yoshizawa-san aside, there's no reason for me to uphold the pretense of a righteous, sincere detective prince. Enough chatting. Let's move out. Now, let us depart.
disguises. You aren't among those who desire salvation. Leave! You are unwanted intruders. Do not disturb our Lord's research. This world's salvation.
The language of a shadow is a hint into its ruler's ideology. This one sounds rather cultish, for example. Sorry, but we're going to pass through there now. We don't have the time to waste on peons like yourself.
Why do you willingly strive for self-suffering? Why are you reaching out to your own pain?
Yoshizawa-san, you can do this, right?
Yes. Ready whenever.
It'll be too much trouble to go about this haphazardly. I'll provide the support. Look at this scum pile up. Fine by me. Time for a bloodbath. It's been quite a while. Nothing gets me quite as excited as this.
Akechi-san!
Now, time to obliterate them.
All right.
Fear my power. Loki!
Missed! Dance, Persona! Cyrus!
They're all on the ground. Crush them!
Take that time!
It's killing time again!
A perfect 10!
I think we handled that rather well, didn't we? Especially considering the last-minute arrangement of our team and all. Yoshizawa-san?
Yes. So that shadow, it said something about research, and also something about pain.
It mentioned salvation as well. All this seems to indicate that the palace's ruler is not in his or her right mind. Oh? I seem to have found a map to this place. Let's make good use of it.
So I've only shared pleasantries with Akechi-san. Would you say this is how he normally is? Like a ruthless sort of person? I see.
What say we save the idle chatter for later and keep moving? Unless teaming up with a ruthless sort of person is too much for you to handle.
Looks like we're busted.
To your happiness!
I can feel it.
Show me your true form!
These pipsqueaks can't tolerate this enemy is a sad little weakling. Let's put it out of its misery.
Dance, Persona! Cyrus!
Good! One got knocked out.
It's up to
All
you!
right, next! Fear my power! Last one! Well. How should we kill off the last Persona? These pipsqueaks can't tolerate bless attacks. You know what's coming. Damn,
Game
Joker.
and set!
You wiped them out.
Okay.
Can you tell if I've grown stronger?
The cognitive effects are weakening. There may be a safe room nearby. It's a safe room. Shall we take a rest?
I'm ready when you are.
Do you have a moment? Now, let us depart.
Show me your true form! We've got them surrounded.
Persona!
This enemy is a sad little weakling.
Persona!
Let's put it out of its misery. All on the ground.
Stop right there!
Crush them!
Fine.
That sure is a jovial shadow. Don't be too serious.
Purely human.
So, that mask any good?
All right. It's somewhere.
What?
That voice. Look. No way.
Everyone will be arriving soon. Mom, Grandma. Yes, she'll be here too. I'm sure she'll be here once she's able to calm down. Why? Why?
Dad? Why?
That was your father in the video just now, wasn't it, Yoshizawa-san? And the one he was speaking to.
Sumire, my younger sister. Sumire Yoshizawa. I mentioned to you that I've lost a family member, right? But how was this video? I'm sorry. I don't know what's been wrong with me lately. I've been getting this feeling like I need to remember something, but at the same time, I oughtn't remember it.
Can you still walk, Yoshizawa-san? Whatever it is that's happening, we have to keep going if we hope to learn more about it.
Yes, I'm all right. Let's go.
Hey. When was it that you said you became acquainted with Yoshizawa-san? I see. Anyway, let's move out. I suspect we still have a long way to go.
I can feel it. Focus.
place is enormous. What could this room be?
You seem to be in pain again. Are you alright?
I'm fine. It's just that I can't stop thinking about that video we saw earlier.
You mean the one about Sumire-san?
Yes. Let's keep pushing. I need to find out why that was shown to me.
You were misguided. Do not search for pain. Only tragedy awaits you beyond here.
A newcomer.
All these warnings of pain and tragedy. Who is your ruler? Why do you all think you know so much about me? If you won't give me an answer, then I'll just force my way through.
Rushing into things. Just calm down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is it. Time your attacks with mine.
Right.
Persona! Brute force won't do anything here. They're resistant to physical attacks.
You're mine.
Persona! This is my soul!
Persona! Shizawa-san fell down. Come on, we gotta be more careful than this!
Persona B.
Gabriel!
Go down!
Such a fool, rejecting our Lord's mercy. In that case, witness it for yourself.
Now what?
Oh, wow. The crowd is going wild. Their cheers are shaking the stadium to welcome a new heroine to the world of competitive gymnastics.
Huh?
Thank you so much. I'm simply thrilled with the results I had today. Your performance exceeded anything seen before in the junior class. It was absolutely stunning. But you'll be entering high school soon. Will that impact your career in gymnastics? Oh, I have no intentions of stopping. It's my dream to compete and win at the international level. How wonderful. One last question. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out while you have the chance? My younger sister. She should be here in the stadium.
What?
Oh, there she is! Sumire! Sumire! I did it! Both of us have the same dream, to be international champions.
Stop.
Let's make it come true, Sumire! Together!
Stop it!
Yoshizawa-san? You're...
I really hope this helped you understand.
a man's voice.
If you keep pushing on like this, you're going to find nothing but heartache. Please, Won't you stop fighting this and just return to the current reality?
Nothing but heartache, huh? I don't understand what you're saying, but I have no intention of leaving now.
We are in agreement there. We also refuse to do as you say. Now why don't you drop the big voice behind the curtain act and face us directly?
As you wish. Head on down. I'll meet you there.
He agreed to that much more readily than I expected. Perhaps the palace's ruler really will make his appearance.
Thanks for your concern. But I'm fine, really. Let's go.
Kasumi Yoshizawa, eh? Focus.
Show me your true form!
We have the element of surprise! This enemy is a sad little weakling. Let's put it on his misery.
Let's dance! Show them, Sondrion!
Yoshizawa-san just killed 2 enemies. Space can't tolerate blast attacks. You know what to do.
Here goes.
Next! Let's go. See someone getting more power because of the baton pass.
Dominion! You're mine.
Damn, Joker. You wiped him out?
Okay. I can see
Let's keep... Is he this palace's...
It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
Dr. Maruki?
Glad to see you're all doing well. I pretty much figured that you would end up infiltrating this place. Truth be told, this isn't how I was hoping we would meet again.
Dr. Maruki, you're the ruler of this palace?
Palace?
A place where distorted desires manifest. We're asking if you're the source of the desires here.
Ah, I see. Well, to use your own words, yes, I am this palace's ruler, but in my case, it seems a tad different from the ones you've seen.
Would we also be correct in believing that you're involved in the abnormalities outside the palace as well?
Yes, you would. Do you like the reality I created for you?
You created it?
That's right. I have gained the power to alter reality, to make it whatever the people wish for. Is that how you really feel? The old reality was cruel and unfair. The truth is, Yoshizawa-san suffers immense pain each and every time she taps into her forgotten past.
My... past? Dr. Maruki? What do you mean? What's happened to me?
All right. I had honestly hoped that all those warnings you were given would change your minds. But if it's your true desire, then I want you to recall who you really are. And I want you two to learn as well. Once you have, you'll need to choose between the 2 realities. The merciless one, or the one I've formed.
That's... Today was brutal, huh? Oh. Feeling okay? It's not that. Why am I doing so bad? I keep messing up my routine.
Your growth spurts just changed your eye level. You'll get used to it. Look, you're as tall as I am now.
We practice the same amount. But you are the one who always gets first place. I can't catch up to you, Kasumi.
You know why? Because it's my right as the elder sister.
We're in the same grade, though.
Oh, don't be so down. We'll reach the top of the world together. That's our dream, right?
You don't get it. Huh? You'll never understand how I feel.
What?
Kasumi, if I were like you, things would be so much better.
Hey, wait up!
Kasumi's the one that people want.
Look where you're going! The light's red! Hey!
The talented one who can reach the top of the world.
Sumire, stop! Listen to me! Sumire!
What?
Did two girls get hit? Someone do something.
Kasumi.
Seems you remembered.
That's right. I'm... Kasumi? No, that's not right. I'm not Kasumi.
The girl named Kasumi Yoshizawa is currently deceased.
It was last spring. Before I started at Shujin, we were walking home from practice. It happened right there, on that street in the video. I wasn't looking where I was going. And Kasumi, she protected me from the car. I was saved by Kasumi. I robbed her of her dreams, and even her life. I'm her younger sister, Sumire Yoshizawa.
I'll take over from here. After all, I do play a part in this story. Her real name is Sumire Yoshizawa. She's Kasumi-san's younger sister, but for months now, she's only seen herself as being Kasumi Yoshizawa, her deceased elder sister. Of course, it was only her cognition of herself that changed, so to the people around her, she was still Sumire-san. For some reason, though, there were a few rare exceptions to this. Did something happen to make you believe she was Kasumi-san?
It appears you were clueless, but she was Sumire Yoshizawa from the start. However, when we watched that other video, she gave her name as Kasumi Yoshizawa. Considering such an odd claim, I'd actually suspected for a moment that she was the palace ruler.
After Kasumi died, but before I started at Shujin, I received counseling from Dr. Maruki. That was when I told him, if Kasumi is gone and can't make her dream come true, then I want to become Kasumi, so I can turn her dream into reality for her.
So that's why you meddled with her cognition? For her own wishes?
That's right. Limited as it was, I already had the power at the time to actualize her wish. Put yourselves in her shoes for a moment. Sumire-san's older sister died from protecting her. Imagine surviving such a dismal tragedy. Who would be able to cope with that survivor's guilt, let alone heal from the emotional scarring that she suffered? If Sumire-san can live a healthy, positive life by becoming Kasumi-san, then I believe that reality is what would make her happy.
I've had enough of your high and mighty rationalization. All you really did was use her to try and make everyone acknowledge the validity of your research.
So that's how you see things, huh? That's quite unfortunate. Of course I wanted society to acknowledge cognitive science through my research. But that's because my goal is to save everyone in the world like Yoshizawa-san by ending all suffering. My work will convert the wishes of the people into reality, even as we speak. My research is coming to fruition. No one will ever have to suffer again under the yoke of an unfair world. This palace, you called it? It's a place where its ruler's desires take physical form, yes? I wish to utilize my research to save humanity. I suppose that would be the desire I hold dearest.
What total nonsense.
You could very well be right. Still, I'm entirely serious about changing our imperfect reality. Just as she was saved by becoming Kasumi, I'll save every other person in the world currently suffering. In fact, it's my responsibility to do so. You can see how this world's bestowed the duty upon me. The cruelties of history will vanish, and everyone will live their lives just as they've always dreamed them to be. If you don't call that salvation, then what would it be?
And you assume we'll buy into your brainwashing and just live in the palm of your hand. Honestly, that sounds absolutely revolting.
Alright, so that's your answer, Akechi-kun. How about the others? Yoshizawa-san, allow me to ask you yet again, which reality is it that you wish to inhabit?
Huh?
If you so desire, you can return to your life as Sumire. But if you'd rather continue your life as Kasumi, I can grant that wish for you as well.
Dr. Maruki... It's impossible. I'm sorry, Senpai. I can't go back to being her. I can't be the one who led her sister to her death.
Please don't judge her. This is just evidence of how painful life is for her. You two sensed doubts forming in the reality I manifested. That's what brought you here. But please, remember this as well. You two aren't excluded from the people that I wish to save. Come now. Won't you accept my reality for your own happiness? No deal so far, huh?
What do you think you're doing with her?
I won't harm her. It's in her best interest that you turn back. You've made clear that you reject the reality she desires. The reality where she lives as Kasumi Yoshizawa. It saddens me when you speak that way. Don't you understand? You deny her wishes when you say such things.
Her wishes, huh?
This isn't just for her. I'm doing all of this for yourselves as well. I honestly do want to come to terms with you. We should talk. Think about it. You both have dreams, no? I have the power to make them come true. My reality can become just the way you like.
Total waste of my time.
A shame, but I understand.
Well then, we just have to resort to force now, don't we?
Violence is not my thing. I agree, though. It seems we're out of options here.
Time to fight. Are you ready? Keep up and don't embarrass me.
Stubborn rejecting our lord.
Disgusting. We're not here to listen to your bullshit. Useless. I'll break them. Lucky bastard. It's time. All right. Feel my power. That should do it. Persona! Gabriel! Nice timing. Sorry. Oh, yeah? It's fine. Persona! Persona! Let's go. Ascend! Go down! Useless. No more power. It's useless, idiot. Looks painful. Sona.
No, such pathetic attempts won't be enough. Come.
Just won't go down.
Come.
We're about to lose a lot of...
Accept his mercy. Give yourselves over to him.
Would you just quit running your mouth already? I'm going to shut that thing up. Give me a hand. You'll pay. Let's go! You're so alive! That was disappointing. Not bad for an improvised technique. Shall we continue this? I'm fairly certain any further negotiating is pointless.
That seems to be the case, unfortunately. But first, I have an idea. Rather than explain it with words, I'd like you to actually see this new reality with your own eyes. I know that your friends are already enjoying it. That I cannot do. As I said before, she wishes to live in the reality where she is Kasumi. There's no way I can hand her over to you with matters as they currently are. I already told you that I won't harm her, and I'll swear by it. Don't worry about her. Go. Look at the reality I've created for you all. Once you've seen the results, I know you'll realize which future is best.
You think we'll just obey your orders?
I apologize, but you really are going through with this, even if it's by force.
We'll meet again 1 week from today, January 9th. I genuinely pray that you'll change your mind by then.
He got away. We shouldn't chase him too far. Let's say we head back for now. I had spent all that time investigating the people around you so I could set you up. To think, Takuto Maruki of all people would be the mastermind behind this absurd situation. And he happens to be warping the very fabric of reality while ranting about making everyone's dreams come true. Talk about incomprehensible motives. I can't even wrap my head around such intentions. At any rate, we need to figure out our next steps. I think it'd be suicide to march back in there at the moment. We need intel first. If we're going to stand up to him, we have to know more than nothing. I'll do some investigating on my own. I hate that we have to do what he says, but Maruki told us we have to wait until January 9th. Let's meet up here next week. Although I imagine both our lives will be very different if you choose to live in this reality as your friends have been.
Yongen Jaya. This is Yongen Jaya. Shibuya. This is Shibuya.
Exactly.
Wait.
For real? Huh?
Jeez.
Hmm? But... Huh? Sorry.
Bye.
Hey, you have a minute?
Shibuya. This is Shibuya.
Hmm?
Yes! My! Wait! Thank you! Hmm. Excuse me? Hey, you have a minute?
Yongen Jaya. This is Yongen Jaya. Shibuya. This is Shibuya.
Exactly.
Whoa!
No way, man! Hmm? Yeah. Hey! Huh? Whoa! See ya!
Hey, you have a minute?
Shibuya. This is Shibuya. Are you for real?
Exactly.
You're correct.
Hey! Hey!
Do you think?
No, but...
I'm sorry.
Hey, you have a minute?
Shibuya. This is Shibuya.
Focus. I have something.
Exactly.
Wait.
What a coincidence. Indeed. Yes. My apologies.
Hey, you have a minute?
Focus.
Hmm?
Oh, man.
Really?
Ha!
Huh? I'm okay.
Time to head home.
It's me. I've uncovered a few things in my investigation this week, so I thought I'd share my findings with you. First, regarding Maruki himself. He's been researching the treatment of patients through changes in their cognitions since his college years. You already knew about that, correct? Maruki's work apparently had enough investors that he was planning to break ground on a research facility somewhere. And as you know, those plans never came to fruition. His funding was cut off, and his research was ended for him. It's probable. However, we can't be certain of the reason why, at least with our current understanding. What was the purpose of his research into cognitive science? Doesn't it feel like there's more to the story? For example, maybe his research was stymied by someone else for their own reasons. Anyway, that's all I could dig up about Maruki's history. The only thing that's become clearer is his stance on using cognitive science. He's dead serious about saving people. He distorted reality itself to make his dream come true. I can only imagine how delighted he is right now. That reminds me. There was one more thing I wanted to tell you. About the reality Maruki's put us in. It seems that Okumura and Wakaba are both considered alive by all accounts. They aren't mere illusions or cognitive beings. They truly are alive and existing in this world. In fact, Their deaths seem to have never taken place at all in this reality. Shido was the only one arrested on the crime of attempting to overthrow the government. It seems the Phantom Thieves were causing a stir in this society as well. But there's no record of your arrest now. Basically, in this reality, you and I haven't committed any crimes. I don't understand how Maruki was able to distort reality to such extremes. But at the very least, he was being honest when he told us that he'd make such revisions, and rather convenient ones. Remaining in this Maruki revised reality means living under his thumb forever. And I refuse to live like that. I'll be the one to choose my path. That's how I've lived up to now. And it's going to continue from here till the end. But what about you? You saw them for yourself, didn't you? Your friends seem to have taken a liking to Maruki's version of reality. Don't tell me you've changed your mind after seeing them. I see. I pray your answer doesn't change when we face Maruki tomorrow. That takes care of the info I wanted to share. See you soon.
Are you going somewhere tomorrow? With Akechi? You guys are really hitting it off lately. Of course, that's not a bad thing. Hey, so, about what you said before, you know, that stuff about my happiness? Sorry, it's nothing. Good night.
So, you came. Based on the look in your eyes, I'm guessing your friends aren't going to be of any use to us. Oh yes, because I'm sure you're all just as close as you were before reality was changed. Well, there's no point in griping about it out here. Are you ready? As I mentioned yesterday, it's quite likely that we'll have to confront Maruki physically. If you're not prepared for such a contingency, then please go and take care of your affairs as quickly as possible. How about this? Now, let us depart.
Excuse me, is, Whoa! Hey guys.
Looks like we've all had the same idea.
Are you here to speak with him as well?
Kinda. So, he's not here?
He left around noon. Said he was meeting up with Akechi.
Sojiro said if we need to talk about stuff, we can use this place for a while.
Cool.
You know, he asked me the other day, something along the lines of whether or not I'm okay with how things are. At first I didn't know what he was talking about, but as he kept going, his words started making my chest feel all tight.
I know what you mean. And ever since then, it's like something isn't right in my heart anymore.
I have no complaints about my current life. On the contrary, in fact. I am truly happy with it. So in that case, what is this inkling of a feeling I have deep in my soul?
Damn it. I'm so bad at figuring out this sort of stuff. Hey, do you think maybe we're all running away from something super important? I've been kind of wondering for a while now. Maybe the reason his words hurt so much is because he's right. But I was too scared to admit that for some reason. That's why I pretended I didn't understand what he meant.
When I was speaking with him, I felt like I caught a glimpse of this mysterious sight. Something that shouldn't have happened, but still, I felt like I shouldn't turn away from it.
Same here.
And myself as well. It seems that we really have lost sight of something precious to us after all.
That might be,
But I'm so scared to remember what it is. If I remember that, I feel like my life as I know it is gonna end.
Oh, Futaba.
But even still, I don't want to feel this way anymore either.
Me too.
I guess that's it, huh? He was trying to tell us all something important, and I bet he's probably still working on it somewhere. Ain't no way I'm gonna bail on him just so I can keep running from whatever it is.
When I had that strange experience you all mentioned, I saw him and the rest of us there together. I want to believe the connection we share here is a genuine one.
Well, I know if we don't do something soon, we're gonna lose our connection with him. Don't ask how I know. It just feels like the truth to me.
I admit I am happy right now, but I just can't accept the situation as it is. I'm done with trying to escape my problems.
Huh?
Well... If I must. All right. I'll just add this.